Luka Doncic. Not your typical NBA 2K23 meta build. Luka's the type of guy that makes impossible shots seem regular. Instead of a guy that relies on athleticism, he's a guy that relies on his craftiness and his size to take advantage of mismatches. Someone that, despite not being the quickest guy on the court, always seems to have the defense off balance. A guy with the size, skill, and IQ to be a mismatch for any defender in the NBA. A player who always plays the game with a smile on his face and seems like a genuine good dude, just a chill guy. Don't you think, D-Book? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another one. Today we have our Luka Doncic build, finally one of the most requested builds all year. I finally have got it done. I have enough gameplay on it. I have everything I need to show you guys my complete vision with this build. Now we're gonna get right into the build creation. Within the build creation, I have the gameplay. I have gameplay clips for every attribute to show you guys why it's Luka-like and why I put this attribute to this rating to get this certain badge, and then show the gameplay of it. So I think you guys are really gonna like this video, man. Let me know what you think about how I put it all together. And then, since everyone always asks my opinion of the build, is it better than this build or that build, at the end of the video, for like 1 to 2 minutes, I'm just going to give a brief recap about my opinion on the build, where I would rank it with all of the builds that I've created. You know, is it good? Is it trash? What would I change? Just a complete review of the build. Let's get into this build creation. Make sure y'all drop a like. Yes, I'm talking to you. Take 1 second and drop a like for your boy. Let's get into it. But first, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a daily sports fantasy app that gives you the opportunity to make a ton of money using your sports knowledge. It's real simple. First, you got to make your picks. Whatever categories you want to choose, whatever players you trust, whatever sport you prefer, make your picks. Then you got to choose, are they going to go over or under the predictions in those categories? The more picks you get right, the more money you make. And if you use my link in the description to sign up for PrizePicks today, you can use code JoeKnows to double your first deposit. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now, first things first, when you look at this build, you're going to see it's a small forward. But Joe, Luka's a point guard. Yes, he is. But to get the weight where I wanted it, I couldn't go point guard. 230 is the maximum weight on point guard, and I wanted to go higher in the weight so I could get 95 strength to get the Hoff bully, okay? So you're going to see in just a second. But Luka is listed 36, 9, and 9. On NBA.com, he's listed at 6'7", but I have my doubts. It's one of these like LeBron situations where he's listed at 6'8" for the longest, but then he ends up being 6'9". I mean, there's tons of articles that say they really think he's 6'8". His own coach even said he's 6'8". In this picture, he's standing next to Harrison Barnes, who is listed at 6'8", and Luka's just as tall as him. Kawhi's 6'7", and here Luka's clearly an inch or two taller than Kawhi. So I think we're gonna go with 6'8" for this build. One, because it's gonna make the build play a little bit better, and two, I feel like one of Luka's attributes is his size, and we need that size to be able to take advantage. 242 pounds, 7'3" wingspan. You're gonna see why in a second for those attributes, but let's go right to the physicals to start, because on this build, I want it to have 95 strength. One, to get the Hall of Fame bully, but two, because it's gonna help us when we play in the post. But Hall of Fame bully, it's a little random at times. You really have to understand when to try to use it. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in the review of the build, but if you know when to use it, it is really effective and really OP, but sometimes it's a little random, making it a little inconsistent. But we're going to max out the stamina, because as the ball handler, you know what I mean, you can't be blinking, all right? You can't be blinking on stamina. You got to max out the stamina. Vertical, we're going to have 60 so that we can end up getting quick drops on this build. Acceleration 74, and your speed is going to be a 70. Now, the challenge with creating a Luka build is you want to make it Luka-like, but you also want it to be good on the game. And basically, ball handling on 2K is all about speed and quickness. And Luka, he's not the quickest guy in the world, but as you can see, you're definitely explosive and quick enough that if you know what you're doing in terms of handling the ball, you can create enough space, but it isn't going to be super fast like a meta build. Now, with the ball handling, you're going to have 89 ball handle, so that's going to give you the Hall of Fame quick first step. That's going to, you know, make you move a little bit quicker and let you, you know, get open a little bit more. But speed with ball 75, and pass accuracy is going to be 75. I don't know why people keep arguing about this. For the park, 75 pass accuracy is perfectly fine, and 75 speed with ball is all you need to get that Michael Jordan dribble style. It does not affect your speed boost. 75 pass and speed with ball is perfectly fine for the park. I'm not arguing with people about that anymore. Like, if you know how the game works and how the builder works, you know for the park 75 on both of those is fine. On to the finishing. We're going 80 on the driving dunk. You might say, oh, it's a little high for Luka, but Luka does throw it down here and there. And to make the build really, effective on the game, getting quick drops off one with that 60 vert and 80 driving dunk is going to be very important, okay? 80 driving layup, we want to be able to make sure when we do get those bully animations, we're able to finish. We're going 62 on the standing dunk, 85 on the close shot. That's going to help us finish around the basket, and it's going to help us with post hooks and close shots when we shoot in the post. And last but not least, 87 post control is going to allow you to get all the post badges on Hall of Fame. Now, the reason I went with the 95 strength was for the bully, but also for this. When you play in the post on this build and against smaller players, you will bully them. And this is something Luka does in real life, not only to smaller players. I mean, we've seen him do it to Marcus Morris and Paul George and Kawhi. Like, the man is a beast using his body. Pause. But he is a beast using his body. The 83 three-pointer here is going to get you that silver Agent 3 is going to help you shoot all those Luka hop backs and pull up threes and all that stuff that you're going to want on this build. And the 76 mid-range. This is not just your mid-range, but it's also your post fade, okay? And this is going to allow you to really hit some wild shots in the post. Post fades, shimmy fades, hop jumpers, all the stuff you want to shoot out of the post, Luka style. You're going to be able to shoot all those types of shots with that 76 mid-range. I don't think you really need to go any higher than that. I feel like you're wasting attributes at that point. But let's move on to the defense, something that Luka really isn't known for, but he's becoming better in my opinion. He's playing those lanes. He does get lane steal, so we're going to go 78 on the steal. That's going to give you silver interceptor. Perimeter defense, we're going to go up into the 76 range. You're only going to have bronze clamps, but 76 with bronze clamps and 95 strength, it's actually not bad on defense at all. You get nice bump animations. 75 blocks, so at least you have a chance of contesting things in the paint and whatnot. And then it's Luka. We got to be able to grab a couple rebounds. So we got 66 on the defensive rebound, okay? It's not super good, but we wanted to make sure we had the other defensive categories so that we could do stuff like this. And we're not just a complete liability in the park. You know what I mean? We got to be able to at least get some contests on taller players, make a miss, maybe get a block or two here and there. And like I said, you combine that with the physicals we have, the 95 strength definitely helps on defense, okay? The bumps, people try to use, that clamp breaker to run through you. I feel like the strength helps you keep them away from the basket, which obviously on this game, when everyone is rim running, that's a definite plus, okay? So it's not obviously a great defensive build because it's Luka. We're trying to make Luka. You're not going to make a lockdown defender and call him Luka, but it's respectable to the point you're going to be able to win in the park, all right? You get shot, sharp, play, and post take. I think that's pretty much perfect for Luka, and the options are endless. You could combine stuff. Look at this, ankle breaking shots with post shot daggers. Who runs that? You know what I mean? That's completely random, completely different. We're going away from the meta here. We're playing, definitely a unique style. You're not going to get the Luka comparison because it's a small forward. Luka's a point guard, but it's an inside out shot creator name. Not bad for Luka. Now let's get into that 1 to 2 minute review of the build, because you guys always ask me, Joe, is this build better than that build? Do you like this build better than that build? Let me just give you my honest assessment of this build, okay? My Luka Doncic build, NBA 2K23. Now, it's a 6'8 build. The meta for the park is basically 6'8 and 6'9s, but this build is not created as a meta build. And what I mean by that is on 2K, a 6'8, 6'9, on 2K23, let me be specific, on 2K23, 6'8, 6'9, basically what you want is a quick ball handler that has really good defense, is athletic, can dunk everything, and still shoot when he's open. That's not really Luka. Luka's not the quickest guy. Luka's not the most athletic guy. Luka's not jumping out the gym, okay? So when I say it's not a meta build, what I mean is it the easiest build to win on in the park? Absolutely not. But is it a build you can win on? Yes, but it's going to require a little bit more time put in. It's going to require a little bit more skill if you want, because you're going to have to know the timing of a bunch of different shots, not just your normal shot, but your pull-up shots, your spin shots, your post shots, your post hop shots, your post shimmy fades, your post fades, your post hooks. You're going to have to know all these different timings. You're also going to have to understand how to trigger the bully badge, because otherwise you're just wasting all that strength, basically. A lot of people thought bully was just going to be run to the paint and press X, which sometimes it'll trigger there, but basically it's random if you do that. You have to understand position, defenders in this position. That's when okay, I can go up with the layup, I'm going to trigger the bully, and then, it's going to be effective. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So my point is, if you're looking for the easiest build to win games with on 2K23, this is not the solution. Basically, go make a 99 steal, ISO lock, rim run, shoot the three when you're wide open. Like, that's going to be the easiest build to win on overall in the park. But if you're looking for a unique build, a build you can have your own style, your own creativity to your play style, maybe you want to try this build out. If you're looking for dribble moves, that video on the screen right there is going to help you out. That has the best dribble moves for every height build in NBA 2K23. It'll turn you into an ISO demon, or at least better than you are right now. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Go check that one out. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.